Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to film a flip of my new purchase from VDS and my setup in this beautiful A5 manager. This is the 25mm one, so 25mm backplate, but I did put 30mm rings in it from Argilla because VDS doesn't have A5 30mm rings. This is in the Janet Leather Argilla. I don't know how you exactly say it, but I have chunked up this beast, really this beauty, as much as I possibly could. I just had to come to grips with the fact that the stage of my life that I'm in my career, I took on kind of a bigger position. I need to have a lot more room for notes, especially for meetings. I'm on like 3 different committees right now. I'm department chair. So I have to have the space for those meeting notes to be able to look back on. I do take them on my Chromebook, but then I go back and I handwrite them. It's just easier for me to remember. That's how I learned when I was in school, when I was in college. Hand notes just always helped me remember better. So let's get into the customizations of this. So like I said, this is the A5 manager. It is 25mm, so 25mm backplate. I do prefer that to anything bigger, like a 30mm backplate is too big in my hand. I do have very slender hands. I got square corners, the A4 clasp, double gold popper. So because I got the double popper, you're able to choose if you want to do snug fit or if you want it to lengthen the clasp. So I did, and the standard for that was 12mm, so it's been lengthened 12mm. I got the big back pocket, and that's because there's a lot of papers, full size 8.5 by 11 paper that I have to carry with me, and I didn't really want to fold it, so they just tuck in there nicely. And the more paper you have, the better it'll fill out the big back pocket. They do give you quite a bit of room to be able to fit there. So it does look like it's buckling a little bit, but that's because I don't have that much paper in there yet, since my school year just started in September and we're at the end of October. Gold rings, like I said, but they are from Gillio, because like I said, VDS doesn't have them. So I kept the configuration on the left-hand side the way it is. So that's 10 credit card pockets, a big slip pocket. These are also credit card size pockets. Brown tag and lining in the back. I asked for no gusseted zipper pocket. I won't use it, and I think it just takes up a lot of space. It bulks it up. The big back pocket bulks this up enough. But when you do add the Nomad on the right, they do give you an extra slip pocket here. And I widened this pen loop to 13mm to be able to fit my Pilot friction pens, because that's what I'm exclusively using right now. Erasable pens that look like gel pens. I mean, I think it's gel ink, but it's just way more helpful for me to be able to erase instead of having to throw pages out, because like I've said in previous videos, my obsessive compulsive disorder does cause me, if I make a mistake that's going to be very noticeable to my eye, I have to get rid of it or I fixate on it. So I guess we'll get into the flip. I did also add a flyleaf. That doesn't come standard, but let me just sit down, make sure I'm in frame. So on the left-hand side here, I do keep a uni pin in the 01 nib because I do write on a lot of page flags, as you will see. I left these 2 credit card pockets at the top empty and just have these sticking out. These are from MNML, which I don't think they're around anymore. They used to be on Etsy. These cards, which I don't fill anything out on, I just like them as deco, I believe came from either Cloth and Paper or Infinite Lotus. This is from May Paper Co. It was a freebie with one of my orders, and it says Flourish. It's on vellum. This is my favorite Cloth and Paper card that says Love. This is a library card from May Paper Co. I'm an English teacher, so it just really suits my vibe. This is my If Found card from Stylish and Minimal Co. And then this was a freebie from Papery Planning, and I just love minimal line art. It's like my whole aesthetic. This is a beautiful postcard that I bought from Baumkuchen. It was a collab that they did with Jen Herzig Smith. So I love this part of it the most. And I put it in here behind this vellum, which I printed from my minimal planner. This just has all planner sizes on it, and I find it really helpful to carry with me. So it's a dashboard, but I just didn't punch it. And I keep it in here in case I need to reference any planner sizes. So that's everything that I have in the big front pocket. As you can see, it lays flat, especially when you have it open, but the big back pocket does make it bump up a little bit here. This is very easy for me to write on. I don't mind. The reason that I do a big back pocket with the A5 Manager, and honestly with any of my ring planners from VDS, is I find if I don't do a big back pocket, I have to add stiffener, or I don't like how the rings indent. There's a space right here. The rings, you can feel them on the outside of the planner if you don't get that big back pocket. And I don't like stiffener. I'd rather have it a little floppy. As you can see, there's still a lot of structure with this, even though I didn't get stiffener, because it does have that Bontex frame. Let me make sure I'm still good here. Okay. So, flyleaf. And I'm glad I have this. I don't know if you can see this on camera at all. It's being a little bit torn up by this cloth and paper fluted dashboard. So I'm glad I bought this and it's not bothering the leather of the actual planner. It's just the flyleaf. You can always replace the flyleaf for a lot cheaper cost than you can replace the cover of the planner. But I love this fluted dashboard. I love the like distorted effect it gives anything that's behind it. So I'm not willing to get rid of it from my planner. So that's their fluted dashboard. This is like an affirmation half-page glass. I believe this is, you could write on it with dry erase or wet erase markers, but I just like how it looks behind here. And then this was a freebie from, I think, the month of September, but they ran out of them, so I'm really glad that I got some. And I have this on top of my absolute favorite envelope from May Paper Co. I wrote to her and said, hey, I had one of these as a freebie from one of your orders and I completely destroyed the envelope and I love it. Can I buy them from you? So she actually let me purchase 3 of them. And this is, I just love the look of that font. This is a clear glass pocket from, I believe I got these off of Amazon in a bulk pack, but Cloth and Paper does have them. Espresso Co. right now seems to be out of all of their jelly dashboards, but I just printed on vellum. This is from an A5 bundle that I bought from Etsy. It's a tortoise shell print, and I put it on vellum. And then this is a bookmark that came in one of the Cloth and Paper sub boxes, and I just like how that white font looks on top of it. So tortoise is one of my favorite patterns. All of my dividers are from Stylish and Minimal Co. This is like their thicker vellum divider, and I like how you can still see everything that's behind it, but it's not that clear. I find that if I use the clear plastic dividers, they get really scuffed up and scratched, and I don't really like that. This always looks pristine, and if anything ever starts to bend, if you just run it through your laminator, it's good as new again. So this is my inbox. This is a vellum that I printed from Brown Plans. She is on Instagram. It was a freebie. This I made on Canva, and I just added some page flags from Cloth and Paper. That's my absolute favorite one. And these are the colors, I believe, Champagne and Beignet. That's my favorite color palette, as you'll see as we get into the planner. On the back here, I just have sticky notes that I printed on Cloth and Paper sticky notes, but this is Paper Test Designs template, and this is my inbox. So I use an inbox like a long running to-do list of things that don't need to be done right away. So this doesn't have to get done today, doesn't have to get done in the next week. It's just this has to get done, and I can decide where I put it in my planner and when. So I've done everything on my inbox except I'm finishing the Great Gatsby unit. I started teaching 11th grade for the first time this year. So I've officially now taught every single grade that I'm certified in from 7th through 12th grade, because this year I finally had 11th. And I'm going to be teaching the Great Gatsby in the spring. So I'm on chapter 7 of 9 chapters. I have not read it since college, and I read and plan, like make all of the assignments at the same time. So it takes me a little while, but that'll probably be done before Christmas time. This is a printable from, where did I get this from? Etsy, Simple and Trendy Co. So, and I don't put the date because it's not like one day, it's going to be a long time, but I do use this little key, check mark for completed. If I have to forward it, I put an arrow, delete it as an X mark. I don't delegate to anyone. I'm no one's boss, so I don't use that, but all the rest I do. So I just have 2 of those in here. I've covered everything that's sensitive up with white sticky notes. So I made these. This is from Amanda Lee Plans actually gave me this idea. There is a website that you can print off one business card, And it's supposed to be like a template, and you can decide if you're going to order more later, but I used it for like my planner. And these cards back here came in a set of 3. So there's like a more pinky one here, this tan one, and then there's a darker pink one, but I don't have it in here right now, from And Paper Co. on Etsy. There's also a gray color palette if you'd like to order those. It's another If Found card from Stylish and Minimal Co. This is a freebie from Stylish and Minimal Co. And this is in jelly clear 4-pocket business card holder from Cloth and Paper. My monthly tab. This is a vellum that I printed. I believe this was a freebie from Maria Plans a long time ago. I printed this from Canva. All of the dashboards that I print myself are on linen paper, like resume paper. These are my favorite sticky notes from Cloth and Paper. I love a grid. And then this is from May Paper Co. These, I have 2 of these in here. I don't remember where I got them from. I apologize. They are from somewhere on Etsy, but I got a 2025 one and a 2026 one because my school year, I use an academic year in my planner from sometimes August, but usually September through the next August. And I just use from Papery Planning, my favorite color of hers is chiffon. I use the large dots to mark off when a month has ended. And then these tabs are from Sticky Monster Co. Oh, I'm sorry, she's Stylish and Minimal Co. now, in the color Luna. And I just use that to mark when 2025 and 2026 begins. These inserts are new to me this year, and they basically saved me a ton of space in my planner. I used to have, when I did rings, a separate overview section, which was like a future planning of the months, and then I had a monthly and then a weekly. This lets me have my overview and my monthly all together. So this is from Rose and Mist 2025 monthly plan. It gives you a month on one page on the left, and then it gives you over here basically what you would use for a future planning. So I use the left-hand side of this for all of my events and on the right-hand side for all of my daughter's events. And then here I mark off everything that I put a sticker up here for. I do color code. I'll explain that in a second. And these are all things that I have to pay attention to. This is more like my daughter's cheer practice schedule. So this is just so I know when I have to pick her up. And these are stickers from Papery Planning. I'll get into my color key when we get into the weekly section, but I know what each of these colors means. These little icon stickers, all of the stickers here from Papery Planning. This is when trash has to be put out. This is when my daughter had to cheer at a game. We go to all of her home games. I had to take a medication on this day. And then this was when my cleaning lady was coming. She has since retired, so I no longer have a cleaning lady. Back to me doing it. So those stickers won't be in here anymore, but it's all right. So I use this, I write on here, as you'll see, for all of the months. And then the week before the month starts, I fill out this left-hand section. So this is left blank. You'll see it when we get to December. And I do all of this, like future planning, and then fill it in here. It's saved me, like I said, with my OCD, so much printing time, so much recopying time. I put little page flags down here if there are things that maybe there's a date that has more than 2 events or something I'm not sure about happening. But it gives you this current month here, the next month here, little like glance at it. So that was September. This is October. So these page flags are from Cloth and Paper, and I write on them with that uni pen. There were some days that I had more than 2 events, so I had to write them here. So same thing, as you can see, color coded, all of my icon stickers, and now we're in November. Today is November 2nd. So this is my November plan. My daughter's cheer season ends November 4th, so there's nothing else here. It'll just be her band schedule after that. And as you can see, here's December. So because we're nowhere near December, I don't have anything filled out on the left. I just future plan everything on the right. And the last page of that year comes with a future log for the year after. So I wasn't going to have August in here, but I did end up printing it. So I really don't need these here, but I'm not going to bother to erase them. So I normally would have only through June or July, but I have July and August in here now. So this is, these are appointments that I had made for August, and then for December, because I don't have anything after August in here, that'll go into the next academic calendar. So it's 2026 vellum. Same thing, future planning on the right-hand side here. I'll just give you a little glimpse at every month. June, July, and August will bulk up once I get my daughter's marching band schedule for next summer. And then here's future planning for anything beyond, yeah, August. So this is for 2027. I actually already have an event for my daughter. It's her cardiologist for 2027. So here's another clear sticky pocket. This one is from May Paper Co. I'm hesitant to order from her anymore now that tariffs have happened and the shipping. I realized after, not this VDS, the last VDS that I received, about a month after that, I got a bill from FedEx for tariffs for $47.50. So now I'm really hesitant to order from other countries until I learn what the tariffs are going to be from each. So I'm really glad that I stocked up when I did. So in these, it's like a 2-pocket holder. This is a card from Cloth and Paper that I really love. This is from May Paper Co. That's one of those May Paper Co. library cards behind a freebie, or this was in the sub box from Cloth and Paper. It's like a fingerprint kind of sticker sampler. I made, oh sorry, this is my weekly section. This is where I spend a bulk of my time. I live in my weeklies most days. I don't really daily plan unless I have a schedule that's different from my typical schedule. Because like I said, I'm a teacher and my schedule does not change from day to day unless we have like a conference day. So I printed this from Canva. Printed this from Canva. That's on vellum. This is on linen paper. And here is my color coding key. So I use all of these colors from Papery Planning to signify what type of event I have each day. So the color cocoa is for work events, nude is for vacation, and chiffon is for appointments. Sepia is for occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, and then the more pink one, rose clay, is for my daughter. And this is, again, printed on Cloth and Paper sticky notes from Paper Test Designs. This is a list of things that I need to bring to work with me. I work 40 plus minutes away from home, so I like to have everything with me that I need. I don't like to leave during the school day. So I have one that's almost full, and I have a brand new one behind it for when I'm ready. These inserts are from Crefective Paper, also printables. And she does have bound books that have this same layout, but I'm living the ring life now. I realize I need the flexibility to be able to add and take away and rip out if I need to. So back to rings, back to basics, where I began, I think in 2019 with my Louis Vuitton GM. Yeah, wow, it's been that long. So this is a week on one page. So it gives you the monthly view and it highlights what week you're in. It gives you 3 top priorities, a to-do list. It gives you this little column here, which is where I use my color coding. And then this grid over here. And I just use scripts. These are custom scripts from Papery Planning for when I have no school, a meeting, a sick day, a personal day, if an event is canceled, and paydays. I think those are all the ones that I have. So I'll just give you a little flip of what my weeks look like. This was the first full week back to school, and we had 2 conference days. So these are dailies that I had printed from Infinite Lotus. I need the time on one side and then a long to-do list on the right-hand side. I did also include, because I was carrying this around with me, of things that I had to print and I couldn't forget at school, a sticky note from May Paper Co. So I highlighted when I needed to be somewhere. Like we were in the auditorium for this entire time for like legal updates. So I use a page flag from Cloth and Paper to do that. I use a date stamp here that I just got on Amazon. So the 2nd and the 3rd were our conference days. So those are the only times that I needed a daily so far this entire school year. The rest I'm using weeklies. So this was the 3rd week of September into October. And then this is the day that we're on now. The 2nd, daylight savings time. So we got an extra hour of sleep. I really needed that. And then this is the week that we're entering in. Tomorrow is Monday. So I use page flags with labels that I made from my label maker to make, I guess you call them like task cards, but I don't really put them on a card. But I use these page flags for events or things that I need to remember from week to week to week. So whenever it's trash day, I move that page flag. Like sometimes it's on a Friday instead of a Thursday. So I mark them there. This is when my menstrual cycle is expected. This is a professional development workshop that I just found out I have to go to. So I penciled it in just in case it changes. I have it on a page flag. I have to take a medication, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks for my PCOS. So this page flag floats around. This is for a payday. When we have department meetings, when I have a department chair meeting, when I have a faculty meeting. So those are all for future dates. So this next week that we're entering into, I have a faculty meeting. So I had moved this page flag actually this morning from here to the next month, and I put my custom script paper replanning sticker there. And that's just so if the meeting happened to change, because actually our department chair meeting was supposed to be here and we found out on Friday it was rescheduled, I don't have that sticker already down. I can move the page flag from date to date to date, just in case things get rescheduled or canceled. This is my, I think I forgot to say that. I have a top tab set of 3 that says this month, this week, and then today, also from Stylish and Minimal Co. And this is just where I can flip to my current week, the easiest, the current month, and this is where I am in my notes section. So I have these weeklies for the entire school year. I go all the way up until the last week of August. And so because you buy them yearly, I really have the entire year of this where I could print the rest. I don't have 2027 yet, but hopefully they'll come out. I think she came out with them in September. But she does also do custom orders, I believe. So I could always write to her ahead of time, like in August, and say, hey, can you send me for 2027? I'm a teacher. Can I print it? I'm sure she wouldn't mind. These are the dailies that I just showed you that I use from Infinite Lotus. I have it tabbed off with a, I think these are called tab sticky notes from Cloth and Paper. My favorite colorway of those is rose. Just a few of them in here. This is another one of those 4 business card clear jelly pockets from Cloth and Paper. These are my favorite page flags in champagne and beignet. I also do like Olay, but I have them in my backpack as a 3rd color option. It's my notes section. This is printed from Brown Plans on vellum, a freebie. This is from Canva, and I added a quote at the bottom from House of Leaves. That book took me 2 years to read, but it was the most rewarding experience of my life. Highly recommend it to anyone that's into anything like paranormal, supernatural. Such a rewarding read once you finish. So I think I can show, yes, I covered up. So I have some sticky notes from Cloth and Paper here. I covered up a couple of little notes that I have for myself about like my daughter's bus schedule and things about her superintendents. And I just punched some pages from one of these, it's like a pad from Cloth and Paper for a task list. And I just punched them in here in case I have to make quick notes. It just made sense to me to have them in my notes section. So these are the notes pages that I use from Infinite Lotus. You can mark, I use a zig dot color marker. I mark the day of the week, the month, and then the date. And I write at the top what the meeting was or appointment. This is for my daughter's cardiologist, and the year. And then I just fill out notes on the bottom. So that was her cardiologist. That was her pediatrician. This was for her 504. And then these are meetings that began this year. So department chair meeting with my instructional leading supervisor, another department chair meeting, one of the committees that I'm on. And then I write down, in my department, there are some teachers that teach AIS, Academic Intervention Services, and they have one planning day or collaboration planning day scheduled each month. And I wanted to write down when that was so I would know when they were all together working. And some blank pages for the rest of the school year. Another one of those Jelly Dash pockets from May Paper Co. This is a freebie from Paper Replanning. It was a collab with Ivy Mill Ink. or maybe it wasn't a freebie. I may have had to order it. I'm not sure, but it was so long ago. I can't remember, but I love the colorway. An editor's note card from Cloth and Paper, and then some stickers on top of that. This is my personal section. One of those brown plans freebies from Instagram. And I made this on Canva. I don't know. Okay, I can show this next page. So this is a key for this tracker. There's 2 trackers. So this one is specifically for attendance, and I mark off days that I am out of work that I use PTO, and for my daughter also. So I can show this next page, just not the back of the next one. So I mark when I have a headache and when I have migraines. My whole family, my daughter, my husband, and I all suffer from migraines. So I mark that just to track. I'm trying to find patterns. Is it related to my menstrual cycle? Is it the barometric pressure outside? Did I not drink enough water? That kind of thing. Menstrual cycle, and then also when I take medication. So here is my daughter's attendance, and then this is my tracker, habit tracker from Infinite Lotus. I'm not tracking habits, I'm tracking all those things that I just told you. So the first week of school, I had a headache every single day. And that usually happens to me every year. I think it's the recycled air in the classrooms, but I'm not really sure. So I cannot show you. Can I show any of this? I guess not. So there is a prescription tracker that I printed that I cannot show you because it's all full. Sorry. But I do write down all the prescriptions that I take and that my daughter takes. And then this is a password tracker, so I can show you the back of this one because it's blank. I keep track of all the passwords for work that I have, like for different programs that we use different apps. And I mark that off with that page flag from Cloth and Paper. And that's everything that's in my personal section after the prescriptions and then password tracker. This is another one of those pockets from Cloth and Paper, and I do have the entire set of the mirrored cards. I did not subscribe to the boxes last year that had these in them, but I found someone on Mercari that was selling all of them, so I bought them, and these are my 2 favorite. And this is from Stylish and Minimal Co. This is an old one from, I believe, Papery Planning, I think, because it says it's never too late on the back. And this is my finance section. So this is a freebie that I printed from Canva, printed this from Canva, and I'll go to the back of this. I use this printable from Infinite Lotus for yearly budget, and I write down my income. I get paid twice a month. Typically, there are some months that are 3, so there's 2 columns. I use this for 2025, this for 2026. And I get paid extra for if I cover a class, we make extra money. Like if a teacher is out and there's no substitute and I cover a period. So my paycheck is not always the same. And I also get paid extra for those committees that I'm on. So I like to keep track and make sure that I got paid for all the hours that I submitted. This is a page marker from Cloth and Paper, and I flipped it upside down because I want it to be a bottom tab instead of a top tab. And I just have page flags, all from Cloth and Paper here. This is my order tracker, online order tracker, only related to stationery. And this is from this is from Simple and Trendy Co. on Etsy. So I write down the date, where I purchased from, how much I paid, if it shipped, and if I received it. This is if you do returns. I don't typically return things with stationery. I did have to return one thing to Gillio once, but that was a while ago. So as you can see, I have nothing on its way to me, and that's how I know planner piece is like a concept not everybody agrees with, but I know that I'm in planner piece right now because I don't have 15 open orders of things that I'm waiting to get to me, that I'm anxiously awaiting to put in my planner, that are going to change my life. Everything is here as of almost a month ago because today's November 2nd, so I'm very happy. This next page is Christmas shopping that I've done. The next one is, I'm not going to show you because I don't think people want their names out, but this page is when I sell things on BSTs, and then these are just extras. This is my favorite freebie envelope that I got from Cloth and Paper. I love this font. So I took sticky tabs from I think they're Post-it brand, and I just hole punched them so I could put this in here without hole punching the envelope. And then this is one of my favorite cards from Cloth and Paper. I think it was for all August orders. If I can get it back in there. Always when you're on camera, the things don't want to cooperate. And then this is the only pre-printed dashboard that I have from Cloth and Paper, and it's really just because I loved this, and I like to end my planner with this as the photo. I don't know why, this cross-hatching is really cool to me. My page lifters from May Paper Co. These are the tortoise stickers from Cloth and Paper, and I have them holding a Be Bold card that I printed. This is a freebie from For the Planner Girls. I forget what month, but I like that, Be Bold, and I printed it on linen paper and cut it out and put it on here. And then this is from Cloth and Paper, the Legends Only sticker. So for the back here, in this back pocket is where I keep all of my stickers that I use. Every single sticker that I use is in here. And this is an envelope from May Paper Co. and it fits in here perfectly. This is from May Paper Co., the bigger version of the library card. This is from Cloth and Paper for October orders, I believe. This is another one of those freebies from For the Planner Girls. I love that with the upside down font, intentional. Printed it on linen paper. This is really old. Actually, all of these are old. From Salty 22, which she does not send these anymore. I think she just has printables on Etsy. And an old card from Papery Planning. I really could have had just like the A5 Codex layout in the back here and been fine with it, where it's just here and in this one pocket. I would have been okay, but this just lets me add a little bit more deco. And I already told you about the widening of the pen loop. So in my big back pocket, I don't want to show anything about school names and stuff, so maybe I won't. But I do have a lot of papers. These are all for my schedule. This is all for my daughter's schedule. And then I also have some more from that notepad from Cloth and Paper just tucked back here. I love a big back pocket. Can't live without it now that I have to keep those full-size papers in here. But I think that's it. That's everything from my flip. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm usually pretty good at getting back to people. And I think I'm just gonna be loving this for as long as I can right now. I know that the Advent sale is coming up for VDS, and I usually like that sale because of the fast ship. This was supposed to take 4 weeks, but it ended up taking 6 to get to me because I did make a change, a pretty significant change. I had originally ordered this as an A5 Codex with the extra room for the complete planner from Sterling Ink. Then I completely changed my mind and said I can't do bound books anymore. I have to just, I know the aesthetic is beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. I love looking at other people, but it's just not as functional for me. And that's what planning needs to be for me. So I said to Petra, hey, I know you were waiting for specific measurements from Catherine on the complete planner, so my order's not in production yet. Can I change it? And she did. She let me change it. I just paid a separate invoice through PayPal for anything additional, and she sent this beauty to me, and I'm so happy. I did request a lot of texture. I did not get as much texture on this one as she typically sends me, but I'm fine with it. I love the feel of Janet leather. Nothing compares to it. JL Brown feels even better than this, but it's a little too warm tone for me. And I think that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you enjoy your holiday season coming up. Bye, guys.